start like rapping
I think we should
to introduce it. This is only show 0, but like from now on, I'm really going to introduce with a rap, and like a bad one too. Like fully embracing all of the things that my white girl womanness was put on this earth to desecrate.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air opening. That's what we need.
It's gonna make the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air sound like Maya frickin' Angelou at this point. I'm gonna go real terrible.
Let's just introduce what the hell we're doing here.
It's Ladyo Radio.
It's
what?
Ladyo Radio. So
I'm Katie.
I'm Sarah, and
we bribed people to get this show, basically.
Well, I think we just pointed out that it's a total sausage party on Radio Free Radio.
And it's kind of a total sausage party everywhere, so we really need more women in media.
We need some taco. We need some damn taco.
We need women in media, but unfortunately we're all that's left. We're so sorry, feminism. So sorry.
You know what it is that we're running the boards and we're producing the shows, and, it's just for some reason... It's just, everyone wants to hear from their dad, brother, boyfriend, husband, whatever. But now we're on Ladyo Radio, and it is our turn.
And we didn't even bring sandwiches, so hold on to your butts.
I mean, I brought deviled eggs and cupcakes.
I brought corn dip and a chocolate almond braid that I saw on Tasty, that BuzzFeed site.
That's
that
really
basically
good,
I save like a recipe a day.
I know.
Not helping.
I know. Okay, yes. Dispelling feminine stereotypes. We are the tits.
We are.
Yes.
Literally.
Literally the tits. Okay.
So let's explain how this is going to work. We've got some segments, and we're going to explain to you how those segments work.
That's right.
All right. Should I kick it off?
You go first.
The first section will be called Queen Bee of the Week, where we basically acknowledge bad bitches everywhere.
That's right. Doing some awesome things that need to be recognized, and we're going to be the ones that call them out.
And if you think that you have a bad bitch that needs to be recognized, whether they're doing something amazing in technology or society or politics or entertainment or really whatever, just someone that needs to be recognized, head to the Radio Free Radio Facebook page, go to radiofradio.com, give us a little shout. We'll look it up.
Yeah, let us know.
We are open to ideas.
We also are going to have a segment called Bitch Please.
Bitch Please!
Which is, it's kind of open. It's just like, what is going on?
This is really where we get to rant about stuff that just not necessarily has a concept, but just pisses us off in general.
Yeah.
And basically we get to be angry about it. But we do have another section where we get to be angry, but for a specific purpose. And it's I call bullshit.
I call bullshit.
And that was your idea. It was actually a really good idea.
Yeah. So
Explain
basically,
I call bullshit.
We have ranty ranty, more ranty ranty, and let's some fluffy stuff with some good happy ladies out there.
Yeah. So I call bullshit is basically gonna say, hey, you're doing it wrong for women in general, or feminism. Either you're portraying it wrong or you're just fucking doing it wrong.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Basically. I call bullshit.
Yeah.
So what shall we start with today? I'm thinking bitch please.
You know what? We can absolutely start with bitch please. Why not? Would you like to start, young lady?
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I will start with bitch please.
Go.
So we just had April Fool's Day.
Yes, we did.
And, John Oliver and a lot of other people are against April Fool's Day. But, it's hilarious.
You know what? I fucking hate it.
Well,
I fucking hate April Fool's Day.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty terrible. But I have been dating my boyfriend / co-host of Popped / co-host with me of Shower Thoughts for about a year now. And we're at the point where we've known each other long enough and we're, old enough and have the approval of enough people that I posted a fake engagement picture, and he was in on it, and it was hilarious. And as of this morning, we still had people liking it.
Good Lord.
So, of course, it was 5 minutes, and we had hundreds of likes or whatever. And I immediately was like, oh, no. April Fools, seriously, April Fools. And after
everyone is so hopeful that you two will finally, lock it down and settle down. They're like, we don't care if it's a prank. Please just do it.
Right. So I'm not even sure now. I mean, and it turned out to be this crazy social experiment. First of all, I got really into how Facebook works.
Yeah. And can we talk about the fact that you got 300 reactions on that post alone?
Yeah. Like I said, still this morning. Yeah. It still kept coming through. So we noticed that overall, it was a very positive thing. People like us as a couple. They are super ready to bless our marriage should we ever decide to walk that plank, right? Which is great. That's really nice. That was really uplifting. But we got a handful of extremely venomous, like just shitty comments that came from random people. And from my point of view, now I don't know. I don't think Keith told me all of his, like he would mention here and there, but like
now these were comments directed like literally to you, not like passive aggressive Facebook statuses that might or might have not been about you.
It was both.
Okay.
The ones
but there were actually ones directed at you?
Oh, I got some personal messages.
What the fuck?
And of course I got the usual, like, why wouldn't you call me? But I mean, anybody who knows me really well knows that I would have called them.
As soon as I saw it on Facebook, I was like, no, this is a prank. I would have actually gotten a phone call, and Sarah never calls me. She only texts. So yeah, my phone would have ring and been like, oh, there it is. It's the day.
So I dated a guy in Atlanta when I lived in Atlanta for like 5 minutes. Like we went out a few times and it was just like, it was like, oh, this is really promising. And immediately it was like, pew, like just wasn't going to work.
Right.
And, but we had a lot in common enough to where like a friendship is reasonable.
Right.
So we, but now I live in Virginia and, whatever, but he like sends me a message and he's like, like a message, like he doesn't comment on it. He sends me a message and he's like, you're engaged. Congratulations. I'm like, oh no, it's an April Fool's joke. And he started digging in. He was like, that's so immature. You're really just lying to people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
that's the whole point of April Fool's.
Can you take it easy? Like he was really mad. And of course he wasn't saying that there was any lingering, because we had dated, but he was, which I think is what was behind it, because let's be real.
Yeah.
Like I get, regardless of the fact that I never want to date any of these people ever again, when an ex gets engaged, I'm kind of like, man.
There is a little bit of the,
yeah.
Like girls, I don't know why girls naturally will feel that if an ex gets into like a super serious relationship or they're engaged or they get married, it's like, oh. Because there is going to be that 2-second split flash, what could have been, that goes through your brain. That's just how it happens.
Yeah.
But if your ex is not going to comment or send you a personal message if you get a promotion at work, or you've found out you're getting picked to go on a super swell vacation. No, it's going to be they're going to comment on the stuff that at one point they saw themselves playing the role of.
Exactly. So to you exes who are going to get shitty about my fake engagement,
Stop
I say, bitch, please.
And you guys, I actually kind of, from an outside perspective, really enjoyed watching the April Fool's joke, because everyone was like, Where'd you get that nail polish? That ring looks so pretty. Congratulations. Da, 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 da. I'm like, do you know these two at all? Like, I've only known you for a year. I've known Keith even less time. I mean,
it was ridiculous.
Like,
there was like a designer handbag in the picture, which if you met me, I would like throw myself onto the train tracks.
I would have believed it if it was a CVS plastic bag that was approximately 8 months old. That'd have been like, oh, that's Sarah's. Yay.
Yeah, that works.
I mean, for me, I genuinely live with like a shit ton of anxiety. So any April Fool's, literally yours was the only exception where like, okay, I know this is a joke, I'm allowed to laugh, da, da, da. Everything else, I either, worry, am I going to believe it? Is it going to be actually true because people don't believe in April Fools? Or am I going to be an idiot for believing something that wasn't totally true?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh, for God's sake. I think the only thing that the internet as a general rule of decency has agreed upon is that the fake pregnancy stuff needs to stop.
Yeah.
And I totally understand. Like, I don't think I ever pretended, oh, we're pregnant, or oh, we're, engaged. I don't think I ever did that. But I get the fake pregnancy not being a cool thing, because people do seriously struggle with that, and it's not fun, and adoption costs a shit ton of money. So I can see why that's not cool. But I actually pulled off a successful April Fool's prank this year.
You did?
I did. One of my friends over in Europe, his work line created a number that if you called it, it would rickroll you. So I gave that number to my boss. I was like, oh, so-and-so called for you, but the line dropped. Can you call this, please? And she put it on speaker and called it. So I hear in the background, never gonna give you up.
Nice.
Never gonna let you down. I was so proud of myself. I'm like, I pulled it off. Oh my God. So,
Nice.
yes.
I feel like that every time I send you a link, it turns out to be lock the taskbar.
Except, you know what? You haven't done that lately because I think you have no power here.
Well, I've moved on. I've started sending them to Keith and Justin and Matt and all the other.
Yeah.
So, all right, bitch, please.
Bitch, please. Okay. I was going to originally kind of make this a positive story about women, but the more I read it and the more I think about it, the more this just pisses me all the way off. My bitch please is the fact that we are still so lopsided backwards in some aspects of gender equality that 5 members of the U.S. women's national soccer team have had to file a federal wage discrimination complaint against U.S. soccer.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about this for a second. You know, everyone's like, oh, well, I don't really see the wage gap in women and men. And for some cases, that's, you know, we're making progress, we're making strides. That's great. But the women's soccer team is being paid up to 40% less than the U.S. men's team. So here's why this is complete and total fuckery. The Women's World Cup team won last year. They won the whole damn
they
thing.
made like a lot more money than the men last year, didn't they?
They brought in the bacon far more, probably because they were actually playing more games because they got to the championship and they won. And they got to the championship in 2011. They didn't win. They took second place to Japan, but they still, you know, got super close to it. So, The most recognizable members of the team who filed it were Hope Solo, Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, Becky Sauerbrunn, and Carly Lloyd.
Well, apparently, our producer Keith here handed me his phone. Diana Taurasi, is that how you say it, babe?
Oh, Taurasi. She's not even a soccer player. She's a basketball player.
Oh.
No, she is. But there was something when it reminded me of this because apparently they've been talking about in the WNBA, talking about lowering the rims.
Yeah.
And women's basketball.
Welcome to Ladyo Radio, by the way. Keith.
Yes, thank you. I don't have dropping music
This is
yet.
a boy.
So, but this Diana Taurasi apparently, and this your soccer thing made me think of it. Her quote was about the WNBA lowering the rims was, "Might as well put us back in skirts and back in the kitchen."
Thank you, Diana. And it's so true because here's the thing: there absolutely should be a wage inequality between the men's and women's soccer teams. The women should be making twice as fucking much because
If they're bringing in more money.
Well, not only are they bringing in more money, but the Men's World Cup has not advanced past the Sweet 16 in 14 years. 14 years since they've even entered remote competition. The U.S. men's...
Bitch, please.
The men's team will not be in the Olympics this year. They got disqualified this week. I think they lost to Colombia.
Oh, wow.
And they barely are still in World Cup contention because had they lost to Guatemala this week, they would be out of the World Cup in 2 years. They're already fucking themselves up for 2 years out. I can easily name 4 women's soccer players. I can maybe name 2, and I think one of them might have retired. I know the goalie because he's got very long limber arms and he can block a lot of things. But it's just no one gives a shit about the men's soccer team because they suck. I'm sorry.
You know, the funny thing is that like, you know, I'm torn on this because I think it's ridiculous that the women's soccer team is getting paid less, you know, the players. But I mean, the whole pay structure of professional athletes kind of blows my mind in general. And I don't understand it. And I think it's all kind of fucked up, you know, all over the board. But, you know, the thing about this story that really killed me was that like the women filed a complaint and got sued.
Yeah.
Like they got sued instead of, you know, the soccer federation saying, okay, here's what's, you know, happening, or we'll address it, or we'll put a discretionary committee or whatever. They sued them for filing a complaint. So they kind of like struck first. Like I feel like the women went through a thing where they were like, all right, we have a legitimate complaint. We're going to bring it up. And we're doing it through the proper channels. And the federation like kind of was like, well, fuck you.
Yeah, they sued them to prevent them from negotiating for better pay. In case you want some numbers attached with this, should the men ever get around to winning a World Cup, which, let's face it, LOL, the women make $75,000 each for a World Cup win. The men, if they were to win, would make around $335,000 each.
Jesus.
Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And quite frankly, there was a poll when the women won saying, hey, if the men's team were to play the women's team, who would win? And overwhelmingly, they were like, the girls would kick the dudes' asses. And
Yeah.
it's true. They're incredibly skilled, and they deserve to be absolutely paid more because they are the only reason that anyone in America gives a crap about soccer. The men's national team is a joke. You know?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fact is that Carly Lloyd, who can score a freaking hat trick, 3 goals in a game, like, none of the guys do that in men's soccer. Not even my precious Cristiano, who I love very much. I hope I hope he's listening from Madrid. But you know, a girl can dream. But yeah, that's my bitch, please.
All right.
Girls in sports need to be paid as much as men in sports because, quite frankly, most of them are better. But yeah,
Awesome.
that's our first segment. We're gonna take a quick break. And then we're going to come back with, we haven't decided yet. We're going to use the break to decide what segment is next.
No, the segment that's next is I call bullshit.
Oh, well, look at you making decisions.
I call bullshit.
I call bullshit. We'll be back. It's Ladyo Radio.
Welcome back to Ladyo Radio.
We are so glad you're still here.
Yes, we
Seriously,
made it
so
through.
happy.
We made it through together, and here we are on the other side, ready to call bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
Katie, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You know what? I will absolutely go first. So this, as we decide to basically pick our next leader of the free world, or in some instances debate, which country is going to take us as, refugees.
God, the election is so depressing.
It's literally the worst thing
It's
ever.
so depressing.
Like, normally I get so excited about picking our next free leader, but I'm like, ugh.
You know what?
You know who seems really nice in all of this? Justin Trudeau.
I want to hold down the start button until the whole thing resets.
I just can we give Justin Trudeau some American citizenship and bring him down here?
Yeah.
Because he's wonderful. He's a peach. For those in the back, Justin Trudeau is the Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah, is that the really foxy one?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel kind of
I feel bad for using a woman's radio show to objectify the man, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
He's not hard on the eyes. But in all of this, okay, so we're basically down to the final 4, both in basketball and presidency.
Indeed.
And there is things are starting to get nasty on both sides. But
they've been nasty.
They've been nasty on one side, but the other side's getting pretty bad now because there is this idea going around that basically, if you are blessed with it's a set of cha-chas, like Sarah and I here are, cha-chas meaning boobs, that you as a woman are basically...
Yabos.
Oh, yabos. Yeah, we're going...
Yabos.
The yabos is the official Radio Free Radio term.
Okay.
Hashtag make yabos great again. It works.
I mean, Oh, my poor boyfriend's over there shaking his head like, I don't know if I can use this word in my vocabulary.
No, add it.
You totally can, and you should, Justin. Make sure to.
I just didn't realize they
Yabos.
were still great.
Yabos.
No, they are.
Mine have been
They're just
great.
not
and you
called
damn well
that
know it.
anymore, though. Yabos, Gonzangas.
Back to my rage.
I'm talking about boobs, Keith.
Yeah, God. So the idea is that you are somehow failing in your feminism if, as a woman, you are not putting all your weight behind Hillary Clinton.
Oh, that pisses
I
me
am
off,
calling
too.
fucking bullshit because the idea that I am only as, powerful as my vagina is ridiculous. I'm not going to vote with it. I'm going to vote using my brain and using research on the damn facts I've been presented. And whether or not I decide to vote for Hillary is nobody's business but mine. I'm not less of a woman if I decide I want, Ted Cruz, who really these days just looks like a guy wearing a Ted Cruz mask. I'm not any less of a woman if I decide that, a Cheeto flavored comb over is my style. And I'm not less of a woman if I'm like, you know what, he's 74 and some people might say he's got one foot in the grave and the other in a banana peel, but I'm feeling the burn. It's not up to you to decide who I am as a woman for who I'm voting for. You do not tell me to vote with my vagina. Voting for Hillary Clinton because you're a woman and she's a woman is just as bad as not voting for Hillary Clinton because she's a woman.
No, I agree. I think
it's so stupid.
And I think that the point of feminism is that we have the same rights and we can vote with whatever we want to and however and I don't think there needs to be any solidarity and sisterhood and frankly a lot of what Hillary says I think makes women look bad in general. It's really frustrating. It's frustrating from a female standpoint and I guess being not African American myself, I can't really say how much that would have impacted my culture when Barack Obama was elected.
Right.
Because I made my decisions on that election the same way I made any other, based on who the candidates were and their platforms and whatever.
Exactly.
But, and honestly, I had made no other plans about this election. I mean, I kind of hate everybody. Well, I don't hate all of them. I hate some of them for sure.
I like one.
I mean,
and I will say I like that person and I voted for them in the primary.
Yeah.
But now, you know what? I've made my vote. I get to whine about it, but if the person I voted for doesn't get selected as, the candidate for the general, I will do my research. I may vote Democrat. I may vote Republican. I may vote third party.
Yeah,
because
third
that's
party
a beautiful fucking thing.
Third party feels like a good option these days. But, I think it is just as anti-feminist to vote because you're a woman or vote, as a woman, or to say that a woman can't vote.
Right.
To insist that she vote one way or another, I think is just as anti-feminist as saying that a woman can't vote.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, it's them talking about, the only reason why JFK won the election was because he's a pretty boy and, whatever. And women voted and they turned out to vote for, JFK because he was good looking. I think it underestimates women, and I know that there are a lot of stupid people out there, but I'm not one of them. And to hear that I need to be voting for Hillary Clinton because she's a woman, it makes my ass twitch.
And you know what, ladies? There are still plenty of primaries coming up, and of course we've got the general election in November. Do not vote with your vagina. Vote with your brain. Read your facts. Do your research. Make sure you're registered to vote. And whatever you do, just make your voice heard. Even if you think, a quote-unquote candidate can't win, they're not going to win if you don't vote for them. If that's the candidate you want and you believe in, do it.
Yeah. That whole she's a woman, so she's going to make things, softer or nicer or wait, that's a stereotype.
She didn't have a bird
dangerous.
Land on her podium. The little bird, he just flitted onto the stage.
Was
That was amazing.
Apparently, Bernie Sanders is a Disney princess.
Yes. BuzzFeed actually made an article of 16 pictures of Bernie Sanders as a Disney princess.
That's pretty funny.
You know what? Sometimes it's okay to be an LGBT African-American woman and want the 74-year-old white guy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to be a white woman who wants Ted Cruz. It is okay to be a woman, a blue collar who wants Hillary Clinton. Just do what you want to do after doing the research.
Yeah, that's the point, man. So Katie calls bullshit.
And what does Sarah call bullshit on?
I call bullshit on Kim Kardashian topless selfies. But hear me out.
Okay.
I have a very specific reason. Okay, so Kim Kardashian is in the business of getting attention for herself.
Since when?
Since forever. That's her job.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I was like, Katie, have we met? Yes. Okay. That is Kim Kardashian's job. Her entire job since she was a teenager was to get people to look at her. Look at me, whatever.
Right.
And topless selfies are a good way to do it. So really successful day at work for
Okay.
Kim Kardashian.
Amen.
Now, there's been so much shade thrown at her because she's being crass, she's being a poor role model, whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's, depending on your beliefs, values, and traditions, that's probably true. However, it is her body. If she wants to do whatever the hell she wants to do with it, that's her business. If she wants to do porn, if she wants to leak a sex tape, well,
she has.
she's done all that, actually.
Not the point. Not the point. Not the point.
But if she, I mean, well, it's up to her. It's her business. It's her boobies. If she wants to put her boobies all over everything, that actually they've already been all over everything, but she wants to put them all over everything again, that is her business. And whether you agree or disagree, I kind of think she's a moron. Based on what I've seen of her, I don't have a ton of respect for her as a person. I've never met her.
No.
But
she could be a peach. She could be a flat out racist.
You never know. You never know. But I mean, I don't find her an admirable person.
I wouldn't invite her to tea.
It just doesn't seem like someone I'd want to hang out with, anybody I could identify with on any level. But it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks because they're her yabos.
First of all, my theory. Sorry.
Yabos did it.
Yeah, Yabos did it for the guys in the room. First of all, I think the photo was actually an old photo. I think it was. I think it was before, because the first one that was her totally naked with the black boxes in front of her yabos and her cha-cha. They did a little bit of research on it, and they noted that was her hairstyle before she was pregnant with her second child. Who she has now had that baby. But here's the thing about the Kardashians. Would I hang out with them willingly? Probably not. Do I stand in awe of them because they are probably some of the most business savvy motherfuckers on this entire planet? I mean, Kylie. Let's branch out from the Kardashians. Let's talk about Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
She is 18 years old and has nothing but a high school degree. Mm-hmm. And she said, I don't want to go to college. I just want to be a businesswoman. And everyone laughed their ass at her, saying that's the dumbest thing they had ever heard.
Right.
She has already invested and started her own makeup line as an 18-year-old. She's about to do her second rollout. Her first one of lip kits completely sold out across the world. They're going for hundreds of dollars on eBay now. Hundreds.
Yeah, but
they might be societally the scum of the earth, but the fact of the matter is they're fucking rolling in it, and they really don't care what we think.
Yeah.
They can't hear us over all the money.
I know. I mean, and whatever we say about them criticizing, they can just go cry into their piles of cash. But I mean, I don't know if I give them a whole lot of credit for their financial success. I think a lot of it they were born into, and a lot of it came from cheap publicity stunts or their shows or whatever.
I mean, you could make the argument that they were born into it, but at the same time, the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, kind of Kardashians 2.0, that really didn't start until their dad had already passed away.
Well,
like, that was post. That was they weren't using the Kardashian name right after the OJ trial. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it all started.
They were kids, though. They were little kids then.
Yeah. Speaking of which, side note, American Crime Story is apparently fantastic. I think I'm going to binge watch it over the next few days. They actually
took a weird turn.
Well, no, because it features David Schwimmer playing Robert Kardashian, and it's got the Kardashian kids in it. So
that's next for us because I sort of really dig the crime stories.
Yeah,
but back to I call bullshit.
Back to Kardashian-ness.
Like I said, it doesn't matter what we think of them. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of them. And I call bullshit on anybody who, calls her out on being a poor role model, or because, I don't feel like she ever pretended to be.
No, she never did. No,
it's like Kanye West being a dickbag. He never pretended to be anything other than a dickbag.
Look, Sarah, at the end of the day, we can think what we think, about him. We can bring whatever issues we have to the table, but at the end of the day, you just got to love yourself as much as Kanye loves Kanye.
I mean, I aspire to that kind of self-confidence. Seriously,
I want someone to look at me the way Kanye looks at himself in the mirror.
Just one day of my life, I would like to love myself like Kanye loves himself.
But there you go. But you know what? And Kim loves herself, which is why you're calling bullshit.
I'm not going to say I support her topless selfies or whatever, but I support the right to do what she wants to do.
She's gonna live her best life. She's gonna roll in the cash, and she's gonna be the most famous woman in the world.
And you can object to it, and and that's your business and your opinion. But for anyone to say that she needs to stop what she's doing, I call bullshit, because you know what? Let your yabos swing, girl. That's where I'm going with that.
And I'm not gonna lie, I do squats so that I can get a Kardashian ass.
I mean, let me just tell you.
You could drop a dime off the damn thing.
I know.
We're
It
good.
is quite bouncy. Yeah, off the subject.
Off the subject.
Off the subject. Ladyo Radio will be back. All right, we are back. It is Sarah, also known as Major League Yabos.
What's my nickname? I'm Katie, also known as Katie Kaboom. I'm Katie Kaboom.
Okay, all right, but Major League Yabos seriously can't stick. I mean,
it could. They are
they
sensational.
are pretty awesome.
They are
Yeah,
sensational.
They are.
All right.
Yeah.
And speaking of sensational, let's talk about some chicks that are doing some good stuff.
Yes, after the ranty rants, we need to bring some positivity to the world.
Positivity.
To the world of ladies.
Yes.
So now we're on our Queen Bee.
Queen Bee, I want you to start because I actually, have two. So
My Queen Bee is architect Zaha Hadid. Now, I had not heard of her until she died. She recently passed away.
she did. She passed away this week, I think.
Yeah, Tuesday, I think, from a heart attack. She was 65, so she's young. But she was this total kick-ass architect. And she designed some absolutely iconic, beautiful buildings, including the London Olympic Aquatic Center. And the thing that I loved about, of course, and like I said, I'd never heard of her until she passed away, but I was reading about her. Her designs are beautiful. The curves that they have, they're stylistic and functional, and they're just award winning. She won all these medals and designs, and built her structures on these like mountaintops and urban areas and these crazy places where you never think they'd belong. But she did such a beautiful job, and I'm in media, so we have there's a lot of women in media. And I've never not worked with strong women. I always have, and I'm lucky in that respect. But a lot of women out there, including Zaha Hadid, it's architecture and design is there are a lot of men. There's a lot of men in that field, and it's primarily male driven. Keith from Popped and Shower Thoughts is a civil engineer, and he works with some pretty kick-ass women, but they're the minority. There's only a few of them, and it's to get to a point where your designs are internationally recognized and noted for their beauty, and your unfortunate early death leads to front page headlines all over the world, means that you're a pretty kick-ass person and a master in your field.
Go Google search right now the Gwangju Opera House. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That needs to just be kind of, I wish that could be the standard.
And, it makes me think of all the women out there who are pushing for girls to learn coding and girls to learn, the sciences and the mathematical fields and things that women just don't traditionally gravitate toward. And, I don't know if that's a natural preference or if it's something that we're learned. I never feel like I I never felt like I was like, I want to be a scientist. And then someone told me, well, girls aren't scientists. Like, I don't
No.
remember ever having that conversation. But then again, I had tremendously supportive parents and teachers and an upbringing that fostered anything that I was interested in. And I chose writing. Now, a lot of girls don't have that. And it's a struggle to be a woman in a professional field. In a lot of countries, just be a woman at all.
Amen.
Well, it's hard being a woman at all in general, but it's hard being a man at all. It's just tough world out there,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Basically.
But, I'm going to call my queen bee, Queen Hadid, for her awesome work. And
hopefully she inspires, the next generation.
I hope she
I think
does.
she has, and I think she's certainly going to.
I don't have kids, but my best friend has two little girls, and they're like my nieces. And, I'm happy to play My Little Ponies and princesses with them and, teach them how to cook and sew and all that stuff if they want to learn. But I also really hope that they, want to learn computers and they want to learn science and they want to learn to play football or whatever it is that they want. Like, I want them to have that opportunity. And if I ever have a daughter, I want them to have the whole world.
Yep.
And I would hate for them to, on one hand, I'm really excited that she's being called out for being a woman in the field. But on the other hand, it's sad that even is a reality.
Yeah, it's sad that she wasn't an architect. She was a woman architect.
Yeah, but we got
But
a way to go. We're
working.
We're way farther ahead than we were.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
Queen Bee.
Queen Bee. So I have two because this is the first show and I'm already going to break the rules of my own show.
Katie can't bring you anywhere.
I know. I'm not allowed outside half the time, but I do it anyway. So my queen bee numero uno is Little Miss Jordan Reeves. She
right.
is 10 years old, and she has made, are you ready for this?
Bring it on.
A prosthetic arm that shoots out glitter.
Oh my gosh.
Like, basically, I need any and all male or female, living, working, doing your own thing, amputee to just line up for this because this is the greatest thing ever. She designed it as part of the Superhero Cyborgs 2.0 workshop in San Francisco. She was born without her left forearm. She normally uses a regular prosthetic, but she got the chance to build her dream arm at the workshop, which invites kids with upper limb differences to create their own superpowers and work with a 3D designer to make a wearable device.
That's pretty cool.
When it came to designing her ideal arm, homegirl went straight for the glitter. She is my kind of young lady. She wanted her superpower to be shooting out glitter because she wanted unlimited sparkles. And she developed the prototype called Project Unicorn. Like, I love this
Awesome.
child so much. So the arm's ability at first was kind of hit or miss. The sparkle just sort of spilled out, but it just goes kaboom. And her mom says the glitter feature is a bit impractical and messy, but who cares, because she's being basically this amazing young girl who says, hey, I'm a little different, but I can still be a superhero and shoot glitter out at my enemies. Like, that is just...
That's awesome.
First of all, credit to her mom and her dad for showing this child, like, okay, you're a little different, but we're going to be awesome about it. You want to shoot glitter out of your arm? Let's freaking go for it.
I'm going to have to say that, glitter when you're a kid is awesome. And glitter after maybe 25 is like the worst thing ever.
I think glitter between 20 and 25 is the worst thing ever because you're still in that phase of trying to use glitter as makeup. But after 25 and you've learned your lesson, you can appreciate glitter for what it is. You respect it from a distance.
Yeah, but like, I feel like everything after 25 glitter feels like a weapon.
Yeah.
And, like they have these mailings now where there's services where you can pay people, and they'll send like bags of glitter to people, and you open up a letter and like glitter explodes all over everything. Can you imagine anything more annoying?
No.
Yeah, I know. But this chick is rocking it, and for her, the glitter
She wants to shoot glitter at her enemies. So basically, it's the same thing that we want to do when you send glitter in an envelope.
Yeah. It's like,
But she's 10. Like, you're leaps and bounds ahead of adulthood, lady.
you can't get rid of it ever. It's
No.
the herpes of the craft world.
Exactly.
It sticks around and you never get rid of it, and it's all over everything. And just when you think it's all gone, you have it stuck to your face. And everyone can see it. And for the rest of the day, they're staring at that one piece of glitter Not that this has ever happened to me.
It is so happening.
I'm
You're
just
so
saying.
full of shit.
Yeah. I know,
Okay.
it has.
Now are you ready for this?
Okay, bring
my
it on.
second one
Bring it
because
on.
and I must thank my sweetheart
No,
Justin
no.
for pointing out this chick. Her name is Mila Bizotto, and she's 9 years old.
Okay.
So these are young ladies. Like this is
Wow.
the next generation up in this right here. She just completed a 24-hour obstacle race designed by the Navy SEALs called the Battle Frog Race BF-24. She is the youngest competitor to ever do so. She raced 36 miles, swam
36 miles.
36 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. If only it was 37, then all the Clerks fans could go.
37 in
Thir-
a row?
37 in a row.
She swam 8 kilometers and faced 25 obstacles, including a rope climb and barbed wire crawl. She's 53 pounds.
Wow.
I need to lose 53 pounds.
Yeah, I know. 53.
I need to lose Amila. She only slept between 2 and 6 a.m. during the race. Her dad helped her out. She documented her training journey on social media and YouTube. She started it because she did it because she started bettering herself in physical fitness because she was getting bullied at school, and so she started hitting the gym 5 days a week for 4 hours a day with her dad. God,
Holy guacamole.
I can't even go to. It took everything in me to go to the gym for an hour yesterday, and when I came back, I just fell asleep on the couch.
That's actually literally exactly how our day went yesterday.
And she wrote, "I am running to prove to kids that #impossible is nothing. It wasn't even the first time she's taken on an adult obstacle race. It will not be the last." And she ran the Spartan race last year with her dad and her grandmother, and she is currently training for the athlete race. So you know what? If you're
Wow.
thinking about going to the gym and leaning towards no, guess what? Mila says, get off your ass.
Seriously. Yeah.
I mean, that's what you got to do when life is knocking you on your keister, whether it's from bullying or circumstances outside of your control. Just go out and go for a run. You're
The
gonna feel
thing
better.
about it, whenever, like, say I have a really, really shitty day at work, it's just bad and I'm feeling
So bad.
terrible.
I had a shitty day yesterday.
Sometimes you just have shitty days, and I never feel like going to the gym. Like, it never is a logical conclusion in my brain that working out will make me feel better. But every time I force myself to do it, I feel so much better.
My problem was yesterday is that my day started going downhill after the gym. So I wish I did the gym at like 8 o'clock and I'd be like, yeah, it's all cool. Yeah.
No, so yeah, we've got another queen bee. We've got 2 queen bees, 3 queen bees.
We've got 3 of them because it's
and
the first show. and we
these
can do
are
whatever we
all
want.
awesome women.
Yes.
And we are so proud of them.
Is there any other just like fantastic ladiness that you can think of at the, off the top of your head that you should point out?
There are so many fantastic ladies that I know in my life. And, I've got none off the top of my head right now, but every day I see women doing kick-ass, powerful things, running nonprofits, changing lives, planning events, being moms,
Running organizations.
Yeah, just doing incredible stuff, inventing things, helping people.
Taking out bad guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just awesome.
Yes.
Women are great.
Yes. And I think I think we are living. I think we're turning the page. We're living in a society where a woman was the best part of Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
Yeah.
She absolutely was. And let me tell you.
I'm not gonna lie. She was not bad on the eyes. I am fully secure in my heterosexuality.
Oh.
Yeah, but
I would hit it.
In a second.
Absolutely.
Fist
Yeah,
bump.
you missed
She
the
is
fist bump
gorgeous.
there. Yeah, I would totally. And let me just tell you why I'm in the gym.
Woo!
I know. Got the background on my phone because I'm like, I could totally achieve Wonder Woman status. I mean,
Yes.
it's going to take a minute.
It is.
But, I've started to go to the gym every morning because when
Yeah.
I go before work, like, it actually gets done.
Here's what you got to do. You got to be your own Wonder Woman.
Yeah, well,
It takes a minute.
it does take a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But, so I've been doing really good, sore because I'm not quite.
I know. I did chest and back yesterday.
Not
I'm like,
quite
my
Wonder Woman.
boobs.
But like, so every weekday, I'm trying to do some sort of gymnast.
I sent you workout stuff.
You did send me workout stuff, and I'm gonna start doing them.
Yes.
But Friday, my body was like, nope, ain't happening. So Thursday was yoga day. So I'm walking up the stairs.
Namaste.
I know, and I'm like looking forward to it. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be low impact, whatever. Gonna get a good stretch. I really needed a good stretch. I'm walking up the stairs. and I like totally eat it. Like on the stairs, I just like trip up the stairs and do that thing where you fall really, really super loudly and your like palms like slap whatever surface that you catch yourself, and everybody turns and looks like you're this moron because you are. And I stubbed my toe so bad that like it's all gross and terrible. I wore flip-flops for like 3 days, but I have recovered and I am back in the gym.
I'm so proud of you.
On Monday, and it is going we're making it happen, ladies. We're doing
shoulders
it for
and
ourselves.
arms tomorrow. I sent you a workout.
Tomorrow is what's
Tomorrow
it
I'm gonna achieve my full
called?
T-Rex form.
It's gonna be spin probably.
I'm probably gonna do spin this week.
Spin is a good workout. The only
See,
problem
there you
is
go.
that you work like you walk like you're riding a horse all day because of the seat.
Ugh.
Gets a little
But
intimate.
that booty. That booty.
I know. Spin is awesome.
Yes.
Well, we will be our own queen bees this week with
We
all
will.
the gym stuff.
And you go be your queen bee.
That's
Thank you so
right.
much for listening to the very first episode of Ladyo Radio. For more fantastic Radio Free Radio stuff, including Shower Thoughts with Sarah and Keith, Popped with Keith
and Matt. And Joystick Syndicate
And Good Morning You Drunks
and Chocolate Milk
and-
Waffles. We got so much awesome
So
stuff.
much stuff.
on Radio Free Radio. We also have support us through Patreon.
Yes.
Go find us. Just $1 a month gets you unlimited content from all of us geniuses here in the what is it called? The studio garage studio
I call this
Clubhouse.
the magical fairyland.
clubhouse.
There are Christmas lights and
There's
it's April.
microphones and toys.
And magic.
Studio Clubhouse.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Radio F Radio. Download the Radio Free Radio app. Go like us on Facebook. Ladyo Radio is going to have its own page. Hopefully in the next week. We'll get on that. We probably
We'll
should have
figure
done that
out
already.
Maybe the Twitter.
Oh,
I don't
well.
know. Well,
We got distracted.
yeah.
Yes. Follow you on Twitter at
Sarah Janet Hill.
and I'm Katie_Markle. That's it for Ladyo Radio on Radio Free Radio. Stay golden and stay girly. We out!